Weaving of Paithani, the story of a masterpiece. Paithan. Paithan is a small town situated in the Marathwada region of Maharashtra and is well known for its Paithani sarees and as a spiritual center on the banks of the river Godavari. It traces its origin to almost 2000 years back. It was known as Pratisthana, the capital of Satavahanas. Other dynasties such as the Yadavas, Nizams and the Peshwas left a significant mark on the town. Paithan since the 16th century is especially renowned for its pure silk creations known as the Paithani sarees. The saree, hand-woven in pure silk and having distinctive motifs, is famous as an elite garment for special occasions. It stands as a testimony to time as the motifs and the garment itself are ageless and relatable even today. It has been patronized by the royals ever since time immemorial and has been portrayed in various paintings and art. In this documentary, we see how a paithani is created by the weavers. Weaving a paithani is a time-consuming process of which the first part is preparing the bana. The weft or the bana is prepared by passing a single silk thread through tapes, which are stone blocks with wooden handles, and twirling it with a second thread. This process is repeated multiple times, creating the warp thread of 2, 4 or 5 ply thickness wrapped around the tansel. It is then wound on a winding machine and wrapped around the wooden bobbins or the kandya. These kandya are used in the shuttle dhota for weaving. It takes 3 to 4 days to be prepared. The more the ply of the bana, the thicker the fabric of the sarees. Generally, 3 or 5 ply bana is used for weaving a paithani.
एक बॉबिन लागतं का बरेच बॉबिन लागतात
भरपूर लागतं हे असं बरंच करावं लागतं एवढे येणे काय होणार.
The silk for the sarees is obtained from Bangalore. The silk today is pre-sorted and pre-dyed in a large variety of colors due to the availability of chemical dyes. Earlier silk used to be dyed by organic dyes in the city itself, but this craft has been lost to us today.
हे जे आहे ना ही काडी नाही सापडलं म्हणून मी इकडून लावत असते ना इकडून लावलं मग असं ठेवलंय
म्हणजे किती असतं जनरली किती
याला एवढं पण नसतं
ती अंदाजानेच करतात
कांड्या भरायच्या संपली का टाकायची संपली का
The tana is soaked and dried in sun and then wrapped and unwrapped several times around a rod to smoothen the kinks. It is then wrapped around a reel, dhol, very tightly to maintain its tension. Unequal tension in the tana may cause the fabric to warp, hence undue care must be taken to maintain the tana under equal stress. The warping beam or the atta is then attached to the loom. It is a beam with 17 divisions. The tana has 17 and a half bundles of 90 threads which are then spread over this beam. This created the warp of fabric, which is 2-ply thick.
इकडे हा धागा दोन्ही अटॅच होणार
तिकडचा एक वरती एक खालती आहे.
हा एक वरती एक खाली अशी निघत चालणार दोन्हीची जॉईन मध्ये चालत.
The tana is then passed through the heddles or the fani by joining. This process is known as zodni. Zodni is one of the most time-consuming processes in the preparation of the loom and takes up to a day to complete. Today, very few experts in zodni are available in Paithan. Each thread of the tana has to be individually twisted and joined to its counterpart in the reed. While joining, the warp is alternated in direction and connected to different frames and pedals, and this creates the interlocking pattern of the fabric. The first element of the saree to be woven is the pallu or the padar. The padar is woven in zari weft over a silk warp. The zari was traditionally silver with a wash of gold, but today has a base of copper. The padar contains distinctive motifs of Paithani such as Mor, Bangdi Mor, Kamal, Aswali and Akriti. The padar is one of the most intricate and time-consuming part of a Paithani to be woven and takes from 2 weeks to 2 months to weave. It depends on the length, level of detail and intricacies of the motifs. The motifs are in silk bana over a base of gold zari, and while weaving, the weaver counts the number of threads by feeling them with his fingertips. This is a skill acquired over years of practice. The simplest motif they say are the buttis and the tota, while the most difficult to weave is the Bangdi Mor. Now the body of a Paithani is the next part. The body is defined by a border on its edge. If the body of the saree is plain, a throw shuttle is used. However, if buttis are present, then each butti is hand woven in zari. In a day's work, the weaver weaves 2 inches of padar and around 5 to 6 inches of body on an average. The tana is checked for equal tension by feeling it with fingers. If found to be unequal, the relevant reel on the atta is tightened. After every 3 to 4 inches, the zari is polished with a mixture of gum and water to stiffen and preserve it. A Paithani takes anything from 3 weeks to a year to finish weaving based on the length of padar, level of details in the motifs and the thickness of a border.
याचं शेवटी राहतच का धागेवालं ते शेवटचे धागे असे राहतातच.
नाही हे मला गोंडी लावायची ना जाळी करायची नाही त्याच्यामुळे ठेवलं आपण ते याचं सगळं निघून गेलं.
This saree has been woven in 3 months on request of a customer. The saree is carefully unwrapped from the cloth roller to tie, cleaned and folded.